Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of My Violet Tendencies. It is I again, Mara Wrestlemania. I'm joined here by a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. He is one half, the other half, the better half of the 4-Star Heroes. He's the social media coordinator manager of Pro Wrestling Tees now. He's former did a food eating competition one time.
Why are you bringing that up?
Back in like 2009 or 10. I don't know. That just popped in my head. Ladies and gentlemen, Big C, Chris Castro.
Hello, everybody over there in internet land. If you're seeing this on YouTube or listening to this in your ears, I'll try to make my voice as soft and buttery as possible, but it probably won't. It's going to be loud.
What's up, brother?
You know, fucking, you know how super busy I am now.
Yeah, you like literally, I mean, we used to like I feel like get made fun of a lot for be like, oh, you guys are always on your phones. Now you literally have to be on your phone all the time because it's your friggin' job.
Yep.
But in a good way, I guess. Like it's something that you've really kind of gravitated towards.
Try to. On top of that, I'm still doing all the whatnot stuff. My title for that is Vice President of Live Auctionings and Sales. Auctions and sales, not auctionings. Auctions.
You gotta get. Do you guys have business cards yet?
I probably have to print my own, but
you should though. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's great. It's something I'm trying to dive into.
And then for those of you that don't know, what whatnot is, it's kind of like what you said. It's like an auction site.
Imagine if eBay and Twitch had a kid. That's it. That
is a way better way of describing it than what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
That's really good. They're really fun. I enjoy. I used to really. It was kind of funny because like when you guys were first doing the whatnot streams in the shop, Ryan really wanted to do them in the shop. So he like set up a table in the middle of the room where we all have all the printers and everything, and you guys would do the shows selling figures. Random tchotchkes that we sell, autographs and everything else, and it broke up the monotony of the day for us back there. Kind of like made it like, oh, it's like a show day kind of thing, and
until it started annoying people.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody kind of shared the same sentiments as us, but
Ron.
But it was really cool, and it's kind of cool to see how it's grown since then to like you guys having your like an actual like whatnot studio now at Pro Wrestling Tees.
It's when people say it's like my office, like it's not my office. It's the whatnot office. Even though I'm in there, I'm the only person mostly in there most of the time. 5 days out the week, I'm in there once a day. It's probably even more, but yeah, it's crazy. It went from only being maybe one show a week to sometimes 5 to 7 shows a week because we have so much stuff to sell and then we're trying to get the people. But it's cool. It went from being in the shop, being in the store, to now going into the bar that's downstairs that got made, and it officially has its home, its own studio where it has its own storage, which was crazy because I would have to take some stuff from the main building and bring it over here, and we would have a room in this building with nothing but autographed and important things, like the more higher tier items. So it was like going back and forth, like, oh, my stock's over here for this. The expensive stock is over here.
It's like in the safe.
Yeah, it's in the safe room, which is
downstairs.
No, it's like I was gonna say below us, but it's more towards the middle of this level.
Yeah, a little in the same building though,
yeah.
or where we currently reside.
That's crazy. That's half of what I do here, on top of the social media.
Yeah. Talk about that.
Social media?
Yeah.
I fucking hate social media now.
Talk about Twitter and Instagram.
So this is my first time. Both these jobs are my first time actually doing, I guess you can say, a desk job in a sort. A desk and a
little bit, yeah.
Phone job.
You're working on a computer at a desk for a bit of your day, at least.
Yeah, like I've been in nothing but production, in a sort of production. Yes, I did have my time in retail. I did work at Hot Topic for a few years, which is kind of full circle that Hot Topic does business with us.
Yeah.
But after that, it was just warehouse jobs, factory jobs, and then I did fucking Uber. I did rideshare stuff, and then I did this. I went back into production. not a lot of people know this, but I got hired at Pro Wrestling Tees because I folded really fucking good. I can swear here, right?
Yeah.
I folded really fucking good. Like, that's how I got hired. And then I just...
You work your way up the ranks.
Yeah, you can do that with any job. I am proof that I started as folding shirts for Pro Wrestling Crate, and now, a few years later, I am behind a desk, fucking top tier shit, I guess.
Big company man.
I'm a big company man, I guess, but it comes with its ups and it comes with its downs. Like, I'm constantly on my phone now, which, fuck, it's crazy.
It does. I imagine it does suck the joy out of being able to, like, we were talking earlier briefly about how I was like, oh, content creators give people joy, and you do, and I get joy out of like scrolling and like getting a chance to watch like videos from like people that I follow and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine when you're doing it all the time, like when it's your job, you're just it kind of sucks the joy out of it a little bit.
So yes, because along with anything in this world, doesn't matter if it's wrestling, it could be video games, it could be skateboarding, it could be fashion. There's always negativity behind it. There's always some sort of fucking negativity behind it. And that is the only part of the job that I hate. That I do have to see this and I do have to deal with it, but I try to see past it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing that really sucks any kind of joy out of this job. Other than that, I fucking love this job. I love interacting. I love content creation. I love taking these photos and editing these videos I have to do, and I also love interacting with people, nice people.
Yeah, right? I mean, you're gonna deal with the shitheads. Like, it's the internet, you know. Yeah. Like everyone gets a big chest when you don't have to say it to someone's face or when it's anonymous like that. And it sucks too when it's like stuff that you work really hard on making. You know, we work really hard here at the shop producing stuff. You know, it's like, I mean, printing T-shirts isn't my life, but like, you know, we take pride in our work. You know, we're doing a product for the fans, you know, and we want to put out the best thing we can for us and for, you know, Pro Wrestling Tees as a brand.
But you do put like your builder to it. Like, you take pride of how many shirts you've done, how it comes out in the shirt. Like, oh, perfect, it's in the center, boom. It's small stuff like that still gives you satisfaction, joy.
Yeah, no, it's just definitely like a sense of accomplishment and like pride, you know, like especially like when we see how much work we do, like specifically with the printers. You know, we print so much, and especially when it's like bulk orders for like AEW shows, we're printing like hundreds and hundreds of shirts, and like it is like in a sense like a little monotonous because it's just the same design over and over again. But then I also think about like, man, this huge stack of like, specific shirts, you know, are going to a show, and like all these people are going to get a chance to buy them and like have them. And then like, it's awesome. It's awesome because it's work for us to do. And we, you know, obviously we like money and we like, you know, working and getting our hours, but like, you know, to see it like impact people on a wider scale like that is kind of cool as well. And
I felt that way when I was still doing production with you guys. Like, before social media, before whatnot, I was the sublimation dye printer. So I was doing towels, I was doing flags, mugs, shot glasses, masks, getting into that.
Oh, yeah.
The masks. I made pretty much every single freaking mask during COVID that we sold. So when I saw those outside, see them on TV, at shows I went to, I can say, I made that mask. I made people safe. Yeah. Kind of a game protection.
We tried.
Yeah. And then even after that, the towels, the flags, I see people taking pictures with mugs, taking shots with the shot glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Just seeing all that. It's like I, for the longest time, was making all that product, and these people have it, and they love it, and they enjoy it, and they use it. It makes me feel nice.
It does. And as you said with the whatnot stuff, you get to do that on a more personal level, too, because you're... Not only are you selling these items that either you had a hand in creating or like someone did here, whether it be like one of the artists, you know, or just production, you get to actually interact with the people like in real time as they're purchasing these items. And that's pretty cool too, because you get to be like, dude, you bought this like, I don't know, Jake the Snake micro brawler, and it's pretty sick. Like, I hope you enjoy it. And like you guys joke around a lot on the show, and you have regulars, and they come back every show every week, for the different stuff, different items.
I am literally a streamer for Pro Wrestling Tees. That is part of my job. I am
That's
a streamer.
true.
I am a content creator.
Well, I was going to get into that too, but you have a background, streaming background from Twitch as well.
Yeah.
When did you like start doing that? Because like, was it right before the pandemic, or like
It was during pandemic.
during the pandemics when you really jumped into it?
It was during the pandemic. That's when I decided to make my own build. I was making since I was the only person doing all these masks, I was making a lot more money because I had to do so many masks and so many overtime.
So much overtime.
Dude, I had so much overtime. I paid off my car in 6 months early, and that's when I was like, my car payment was $500 a month.
That's a big chunk of money too
Yeah,
to not have to worry about.
I was fucking young and dumb, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. Give me a Toyota Prius, full bells and whistles, leather interior, GPS, sorry, not GPA, fuck you, Jeff, GPS, and everything. I was like, yeah, I'll make this money. Oh, fucking one of the worst decisions of my life. So after that was done, and I didn't have to worry about a $500 car note a month, I started taking that money and putting it towards a computer, a build. But that's when the chip crisis was happening during COVID.
I remember you talking about this.
So it was hard to get certain things, mostly graphics cards, because during that was also the boom for crypto. How do you get crypto? You mine it.
You got to mine it.
What do you use to mine crypto? A lot of GPUs, graphic cards. So everyone's picking up graphics cards. People were literally, there's a Micro Center down the street from here on Sealy Avenue.
Really?
Literally, yeah, Micro Center's right here. How do you not know that? We've worked here for years.
Where? Wait. Okay.
By going towards Target, yes. Micro Center, people would find out when they would get their shipments in of graphics cards, and they would literally camp out overnight in tents to grab one in the morning or when the shipment gets there.
That's crazy.
Our coworker Michael had a bot. You know, the people use bots for new shoes or just the new thing like Supreme stuff that drops. He had a bot to let him know when shipments of GPUs come in and to buy them off the internet.
That's crazy.
Michael, stupid Michael, boo, he told me Micro Center was getting them. I literally stopped what I was doing, grabbed my keys, and I ran out the door.
Was this in the morning or just like in the middle of the day?
Middle of the day. I literally ran to my car, parked, ran through the door, ran through Micro Center to where I knew they had graphics cards, and I was the third person in line. Guess who the first was?
Michael.
His wife.
Oh, Monica?
Yep. So I dropped like a little more than $2,000 for a GPU.
Are they that expensive?
The one
like
I got,
a really good one?
that was top tier. At the time, that was the top tier one. It was a fucking 3090 graphics card by, I forgot who, I can't think right now, but I don't want to prolong this, but yeah, I dropped that, and then I built my computer around that, all the parts. Then I started streaming, and that was probably kind of towards middle of COVID, and yeah, I think 2019.
Yeah, maybe end of 19 into 20.
Yeah, so I've been streaming on and off 2019, and I developed that style of talking and looking at the camera and just being my wrestling gimmick, I guess, in a sense. Like turn it on, being charismatic, all right? Like I'm doing for the camera right now. I did that in front of a camera at my house for people on the internet. All 5 of you. But it slowly started going up just a little bit. My average has gone up.
You have a good presence. I know. I've seen I've jumped in a couple streams, specifically on your birthday. You like to do or you've done it in the past. You did a 24-hour stream.
No, fall.
No, it was 12 hours or something.
12 hours. So every September, I'm gonna do it this September too. I do a 12-hour stream usually from noon to midnight. This year I did from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. I try to raise 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. However, I try to get over 1,000. It's for mental health, for Hope for the Day, a company out of Chicago. It's National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month in September. It's also my birthday month, so that's why I do it. And the first year I made my goal, I made $1,000. Second, third year, I didn't at all, but I still made a good chunk of change.
Yeah, every little bit counts. Yeah.
It also didn't help that COVID is not a thing anymore, so everyone's out and doing their own thing.
True.
So yeah, look out in September. I'll be doing it. It's called Wrestle This Together. So Wrestle This Together 4 will be this year.
And your Twitch channel is just Castropolis, right?
Twitch channel is Castropolis, like all my other social medias.
That'll be in the description. So if anybody wants to check it out, I'll link you to that stuff as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I also built my computer, but I didn't do it myself. I had Basil do it for me.
Yeah.
I basically was just like, I don't know. I don't remember how that conversation came up. At least with him. I don't remember why specifically I was asking him, but he basically, the website that I bought it from, he went in and just like put it together of what it needed to be, and then I just fucking paid for it at the end, and that was like tax return plus stimulus check.
Oh yeah, same.
I'm just like, all right, boom, I'm gonna buy this sweet computer, and I was gonna. It was originally to stream as well during the pandemic, and then I just couldn't figure out how to set it up, and then quickly found out that I didn't have the time at that time to do it, and then I had the computer here, and I didn't have or I realized that the computer didn't have Wi-Fi capabilities, so I had to be hardlined in. So I had to bring my dad came here. We drilled holes, we pulled wire, we got it hooked up, but eventually, I ended up moving out of that office in this building and just brought the computer home and didn't really get it all set up to like stream until like literally a month ago.
Yeah.
And I've had the computer for 4 years now. No, maybe not that long, but
you did stream off your PlayStation, didn't you, at first?
I think. I maybe I was trying to figure it out
Because you got a PlayStation camera.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I started streaming originally before my computer.
Just on the PlayStation?
On my PlayStation 4, PlayStation camera. There's web-based things you can use. You just have to input some stuff here and there. And that's if you want to stream on the cheap and if you just don't have a fucking rig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just playing Red Dead.
Fuck yeah. Red Dead's a great game.
And it's funny, too. So I like that What's Up, Brother? Earlier, you know that's from? Like the What's Up, Brother? Tuesday special teams. You know what that's from? So it's some stupid fucking TikTok thing that's happening lately, and I didn't know where it was from. I had to look it up. That's how old I am.
Okay. Yeah, you're younger than me. Fuck out of here.
I was like, I had to look it up because I was like, I don't know what this is, but everyone's doing it. All the kids at the school are doing it. I go to shows just out in public. People are just like, "What's up, brother?" with the little finger, and it's from a Twitch streamer. I can't remember his name now. His name's like Sketch or something like that.
Sketch.
Something like he's just like he looks like Pat Ketza.
Oh god.
100%. And he's just like this like kid that plays like Madden on Twitch, and he's like apparently a huge Twitch streamer for like Madden stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And that's just some shit that him and his buddy do. That somebody in the video I watched about him said it was like they're the Beavis and Butthead of Twitch streaming.
Oh wow.
And I could see it.
That's
but
funny.
I did see him. He was at the draft. They had him because like in the later rounds for the NFL draft, they have like just random people coming out to make the picks.
Okay.
Like they'll be like, "Oh, here's so and so," like to make the pick. Like it's like usually like big fans or like people that maybe win a contest or something.
Yeah.
But he's a huge Texans fan, so he came out to make the pick for the Texans in like the 4th or 5th round or something like that. And I was just like, oh, it's that guy. It's the What's Up, Brother guy. But it's like, it's crazy. Like, it's literally like one of those things. I mostly laugh at the ones that they're like, it's girls talking about it. And they're just like, go up to your boyfriend and say, "What's up, brother?" and see what they do. And it's just like videos of girls going up to their like boyfriends or husbands and being like, "What's up, brother?" And then the guys would be like, "What's up, brother? Special teams, Tuesday." And I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? They're like, is this something that all guys know? And I was like,
no,
I don't know what this is. I like it. Like, what's up, brother? Like, it sounds like just some weird, honestly, what I thought it was from fucking Letterkenny.
Oh,
because it sounds like what's up, brother? Like some weird like Canadian shit.
Nah, I think most people that quote Letterkenny are just quoting Shorzy from it, telling people to give their balls a tug, tit fucker.
Yeah.
Give your balls a tug, tit fucker. It's a great show. You should watch it.
Are they done now?
Mm-hmm. So they're done, but the spinoff for that guy, the Shorzy guy,
Shorzy show?
is going on, and people will love it. In fact, they just announced season 4, which is coming out this month for Crave, which is like the Canadian Hulu.
Oh, wow.
And then in July, they're putting it out in America. So
Damn,
on
so
Hulu.
they're already 4 seasons in on that. Like, they've
Yeah.
been moving pretty fast.
And it's I love Letterkenny. Like, I quote it a lot, but I like Shorzy better. Very funny. They did a lot of character development for that character in season 1, and explains the reason why he is the way he is, which is like fucking crazy. Spoilers: he's adopted.
Ah,
Oh yeah, he was an orphan.
dang old adopted kids.
Yeah. So I won't. That's all I'll explain about it. But
No
yeah,
spoilers?
if you hear me yell random shit like that, it's probably because of the Shorzy show.
Hey, give your balls a tug.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I said it like
Canadian,
New York.
like fucking that or country style Canadian.
Well, I wonder what country Canadian is. Like,
That's Letterkenny.
oh yeah, I guess they are kind of like
Yeah,
hillbillies.
they literally call themselves Hicks.
Yeah, that's true. They do.
Yeah, I like Canadians.
I like Canadians too.
I like Canada.
Oh, it's been a minute since I've been to Canada.
Last time I went was at Superkicked.
What that was pre-pandemic
That
as
was
well?
definitely pre-pandemic, and I remember I had to do a scramble, which used to fucking love
Yeah.
doing the scrambles.
We love a good scramble.
And these guys, I was pulling this match together, were like scared. It felt like they were scared, and then I was like, guys, I do these all the time. Here, let's structure this, and I structured the fucking scramble for them, and then they all lit up like, oh yeah, this makes sense. I'm like, yeah, dudes, I do these a lot.
They might have been students, or at least like from the Superkick school.
Yeah.
That might have been why they were like. I mean, you know,
Very passive.
deer in headlights.
Yeah. It's like, let's do this, kids.
But no, I miss going up to Superkick. That was good times there. Great vibes. A lot of weed. Especially on those 420 shows. Like,
I never went. I really wanted to.
it was always a good time. Very hospitable up there.
Wait for it. Nice.
Nice.
Hey, Liquid Death, sponsor us.
Yeah, where's mine? I'm almost done with this beer.
You're at the hydration.
Gotta
Stay hydrated, you fucks.
Liquid Death. We're bringing life to your death.
Yep.
There's death to your life?
You remember Fest? How there was cases and cases and cases of Liquid Death?
Oh, yeah.
And when you opened one, you kind of had to finish it. Because there's no recapping.
That's true. And I'm a big like guilty of drinking a water bottle and like drinking it and then until it gets warm, and then I just like I'll put it down somewhere and then just grab another one.
Jesus Christ.
And it's terrible because like it's extremely wasteful, but it's just nobody likes warm water. Can't drink warm water. These at least stay. I feel like they stay a little colder longer in the can.
Yeah, in the metal can, absolutely. Fucking, I miss wrestling.
Yeah, man. What?
Ugh!
That was a good one.
Mm.
You want to talk about wrestling stuff?
You can? Yeah. Definitely. I mean, you have nothing but wrestlers on this podcast so far, haven't you?
No. Jacob was the first one.
Who?
Jacques from East Moon.
Who?
Oh, you're doing a bit.
Who?
Who? Who? Who? What are you, a fucking owl?
What do you mean, West Planet?
Oh yeah, West Planet, my favorite band.
Nice.
They just played. They just announced today they're going to be opening for Alien Ant Farm.
Oh, good for them. That's fucking awesome.
That is the I when he told me that, I was like, that's random.
That's fucking random.
Like
as
random.
shit.
I didn't even know they were still a band.
Well,
But
they're like blowing up a little bit again.
are they?
I've been seeing since social media is my fucking job, I've been seeing posts about them more often.
What are they? I mean, what are they blowing up for?
They're just doing their own stuff.
They must have put out a new album at least, right? I would assume.
I don't think so. You know what's one of the craziest things I heard about them? That they were still really popular in Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for them.
But there's a lot of like weird bands out here in America that are super popular overseas, like in Europe. Like there's this metal band called Anvil, this hair metal band, fucking.
They're like over as shit over there.
They're over as shit there. And Anvil, there's a documentary on these guys. I think it's on Amazon. I saw it here in the shop. Remember when Sublimation was still in the main building? I saw it there. I watched it with, I forgot who I watched it with, actually.
Probably Dan.
Yeah. I miss you, Dan.
Rest in peace, Dan.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
He's not dead. But it was like the band that influenced like bands like Metallica and fucking just hair metal bands and shit like that. And very sad. These guys were super popular. Like, well, they had a following. They have a major, huge following overseas. And these guys do like blue collar jobs now for a living.
Damn.
Yeah.
Save your money.
Save your fucking money. That goes for anybody in anything, especially you young wrestlers nowadays. Save your fucking money. I wish I listened to that.
I wish I did too. But it's so funny too because we talk about like, oh, like you should have saved your money, like or just like stuff like I feel like certain things, certain ideals were beaten into our heads throughout our entire lives that are just not realistic as we got older into adulthood. Like the world is just way more expensive now, and like jobs are not paying as much as they not as they should, but as they can or whatever. And you know, like it just is the way things are now, and like people are still trying to like force that, like, oh, just like pull up your bootstraps and fucking make it happen. And like to a point, like you can do it, you know, like people are very resourceful and like will fucking figure it out when you're struggling and you're at your worst. But yeah, like
it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't have to be that way.
No, it wasn't like this 10 years ago.
No, and some of it's just like, you know, I just kind of think sometimes I'm like, what are you gonna do? You know, like I won't complain about it as much. I mean, I complain about it a lot, I guess. I kind of do. But it's more of just like talking out loud just so I can like get it out. And then I'm just like, all right, I don't fucking care.
I do want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this.
Oh,
because
go ahead.
it's fucking no.
Oh,
what we're talking about right now.
Oh, it's depressing.
It's depressing and it's negative. I don't want to talk about that. Let's get back into wrestling. Like we were just about to talk about.
I know.
And we deep dive into this fucking sad conversation and made me fucking want to just throw this across the room. But fuck that. Let's talk about wrestling.
What? You were. I don't know. I was trying to think of a transition there. You went to Wrestlemania this year.
Yes.
You went to actually one of the days, right?
Yes.
First day.
Day one.
But you were out there all weekend and shit, doing stuff for the shop and.
Yeah, I was taking videos. I had to drop stuff to Court Cabangas. And here's the funny thing. Because of streaming on Twitch, I had somewhere to stay.
That's right, you did.
So my boy, who I went to high school with, his name is Zesty Viking on Twitch. Go follow him. And on Kick. That's another site. Excuse me. Oh, that was disgusting. I can smell my lunch.
Ooh, I can smell it too.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Actually, you met him.
Where did I meet him at?
My birthday. Big bearded dude.
Which
glasses? This past one. You can't. Well, no. Actually, no. You got to One Allegiance late, didn't you?
Probably.
And most of everyone was gone. I think.
Really? Oh, well, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
He was there. He knows like Nigel. Like he's buddies with Nigel now because of gaming and streaming.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he invited me into his little like group chat of like dudes he's met through streaming. I have my buddy Rad Dad out in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy Florida Man who's now in like North Carolina, and my buddy Crispy in Philadelphia.
Shout out Crispy.
Shout out fucking 10 Crispy Boys. Follow him on Twitch, I guess.
Everything?
I guess. So I was telling Crispy I'm going to Mania weekend. Where's a nice place so I can find an Airbnb or a hotel? And with fucking drop of a hat, you're not doing that. You're staying with me. You're going to save a bunch of money if you stay with me, and I'll drive you everywhere. I'll even take days off work. That's
a real friend right there.
And I'm like, are you sure, dude? You don't have to do this. Like, I am fine trying to find my own Airbnb. I probably know someone who does, Jason, which I did not know at the time, but I'm Without a doubt, he'd probably let me stay there. And he's like, no, you're staying with me. I'll pick you up from the airport. I'll drive you around everywhere. Okay. Day beforehand. We still good? He's like, oh, yeah. Just let me know what airline and what time you're getting in. Cool. So I'm nervous. I've never met this dude in my life. I've been on calls with him through Discord, video calls. We've played video games. We've been doing this for years with our buddies. And I go there. I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm about to meet this dude. I don't know if he's just going to throw me in the trunk and just drive me away. But apparently his girlfriend was with him. It's very nice. We got there, pulled up, text me, I see you. Which I'm like, oh, that makes me a little nervous. But literally he can see me from the street. Got in his car. We go straight to a fucking dive bar. And as soon as we get out the car, fucking the biggest bro hug ever. I'm like, this guy's
What's
cool
up,
as
brother?
Sorry. Nice dude. So, base was established. He actually lived in the New Jersey part. Like, he was like 20 minutes away from Philly. But he's a great friend. He took me into everywhere where I needed to go. He was down for anything. Like,
Nice.
perks of the job. We got hooked up with Ring of Honor tickets to Supercard of Honor. We went to fucking WrestleCon. We went to the WWE Superstore. Check that out.
Oh, nice.
This was his first experience. Like, he was a wrestling fan. Like, he watches wrestling. Like, not as religious as like you and me, but he does kind of keep up.
He's a fan. Yeah, he's a fan.
He's a fan. Dude, this guy was fucking loving everything. Fucking, and then we went to day one of Mania. It almost didn't happen. I got tickets for us through StubHub. It's either StubHub or SeatGeek, somewhere. It was through a buyer, so we didn't get them right away. We had to wait for them.
Ugh, I hate that.
So I dropped.
StubHub sucks.
Yeah, especially when you're at the gate and you're like trying to see if they had anything open up.
Oh, yeah.
Because production's done, and sometimes they open up seats. Nothing open. Well, things opened up, but thousands.
Ugh.
Couple hundreds. I get these tickets, and we're waiting. And he sits down. I'm just refreshing my email. I'm like, fuck, dude, I think I got conned. And we're sitting there for like 45 minutes, and he finally gets up, and he's like, should we just start walking back? I'm like, yeah, we can start walking to our seats because we're going to fucking WrestleMania. Tickets popped up. This guy
swerve.
fucking lit up. He was like, holy fuck, man. I'm fucking going to Mania. Fuck yeah, this is incredible. Never went to Mania. This was his first Mania. Guy fucking loved it. It was fucking awesome.
And it was a great show. Like, I fully enjoyed both nights of Mania. I thought thought it was great.
Kind of wish I went to the second night. Glad I'm still glad I went to night one because I'm a huge Rock mark. He's like top 3, top 5. I wanted to see The Rock wrestle. I will admit that, and that's the reason why I said let's just go.
Shout out
one.
DJ.
Also, my buddy had work the next morning, Sunday or Monday morning, so
It's just too much sometimes.
just sometimes, and getting out of there.
I can only imagine.
So all the stadiums are right there.
Like back to back.
The baseball stadium, the football stadium where the Eagle Stadium's there, the Flyer Stadium, and the fucking what's their basketball team's called?
With Sixers.
The 69ers.
69ers.
That's all there. They all literally share the same parking lot. It's like in a triangle. Like one stadium's here, one stadium's there, one stadium's there.
That's either brilliant or terrible.
I think that's convenient.
Unless unless there's two teams playing the same night.
I mean, fuck. It's a
Pretty big area.
It's a pretty big area. It's a football field that has good parking lots. We don't know anything about that. With multiple exits. We don't know anything about that. But yeah, it was a great experience. And we also experienced independent shit. Like we went to you
went to some indie shows, right?
We went to one outdoor indie show. It was at a wrestling block party that, hey, shout out Tony Deppen.
Hey,
someone clipped this. Tony Deppen, his beer company was there, his brewery, and he was selling beer. I'm walking through this fucking block party, and I just hear, Castro! I turned around, this fucking jacked ass Tony Deppen giving me a big ass hug. He's like, yo, dude. I'm like, oh, what's up? I just saw him at Ring of Honor the night before.
Hell yeah.
Fucking opened that show. I'm like, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Good shit last night. He's like, dude, I'm talking to him. I'm like, yo, is this your fucking beer company? Or I'm literally next to his tent. He's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck yeah. Tony Deppen, you brew a good beer. Miss you. I love you, brother. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Crispy.
Good brother.
Good brother. Good brother.
Good brother.
Fucking first WrestleMania experience, my fucking probably, I don't know how many we went to in the past.
We went to a couple in a row.
It's still a great experience. Sometimes, yes, it could be overwhelming, but fuck, when I come back home, am I sad that it's all over still? But yes, WrestleMania was a great experience. Saw some people, fucking met some people from the Whatnot community and just the wrestling community, the good part of the wrestling community.
Yeah.
The IWC is fucking trash. But sorry if that was too loud. I'm just trying to make my point to the camera and to the people.
Well, I'm excited. I haven't been to a Mania weekend in quite some time. I didn't go to the last few. But rumor has it that next year's WrestleMania is going to be in Las Vegas. And I want to go to Vegas.
I want to go to Vegas.
I think that sounds great.
I went to Vegas a couple months ago.
I haven't been to Vegas. I've only been to Vegas once in my life, and it was...
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, you went with your family.
Yeah. And this was years ago. At least, I would say between 6 and 8 years ago. It was literally right when I started drinking alcohol for the first time in my life. So I was like 25, 26 maybe? 25 probably. So I didn't really get to fully experience Vegas in all its glory. I'm ready to go.
I've been to Vegas 3 times now. And this third time, I was like properly prepared for it. Like, I'll tell people right now, if you've never experienced Vegas and you want to go, make sure you save enough money and make sure you plan ahead of things to do. Not just gambling.
Yeah, there's a ton of shit to do there, but like it's also expensive.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of that shit sells out like well in advance.
Here's a couple things that I went to, and I had fun at every single thing I went to. Like, there was no buyer's remorse, no regrets, no regrets. And it's awesome. Went to an Elvis show.
Elvis
show. An Elvis impersonator.
Oh yeah.
Did the fucking
he's
spiel.
back?
Actually one of the top shows in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, he's one of the better performers. We weren't too far off the strip, but it was fun. It was fucking awesome. And I took a picture of them. My dumbass, when I wear contacts, I don't wear contacts often. When I do, I always wear them as sunglasses because my eyes get dry because my contacts for astigmatism, I think that make your eyes drier faster.
Maybe.
But I wear my sunglasses on top of them so my eyes stay perfectly fine. I wore my eyes during this little concert, like chairs like this in a back room at one of the smaller hotel and casinos off the strip of Vegas. And it was cool. A lot of fun. More older people, because more older people like Elvis. I appreciate Elvis. He's a fucking king.
Yeah.
He's a king. I'm a king in Chicago style. Fucking takes a king to know a king. After the show, you can meet the Elvis impersonator.
Long line?
Huh?
Long line?
No, we got through him pretty fast. Met him. Still my sunglasses on. He's like, and he saw me. And he's like, "Come here, brother." And he gives me the brother handshake.
He's like, he's a real one.
Yeah, he's like, "Thank you for wearing them sunglasses. I could never see anybody out there how dark it is. I can see the lights coming off your glasses, and I knew where to look when it came to the line of people. Thank you so much for that." I'm like, hell yeah, dude. This guy was so happy. Took a picture of them fucking great.
Giving the assist to fucking Elvis, dude.
Fuck yeah, I'll do anything for that king. Went to Potted Potter. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's a telling, like a little play between two guys of all the Harry Potter books in like 60 minutes.
Okay, I've heard about this.
It was in Chicago for a while. It's literally two guys from England. So it was out there, came to New York, came to Chicago, and it's been in Vegas forever.
Amazing.
It was so much fun. Very interactive at some points. And just these two interacting between each other is fucking great. Before the show actually starts and everyone's coming in, one of the guys comes down, sits at a desk, and he's reading Harry Potter. And it's like that for like 15 minutes until everyone's in there and he just starts. Did that. Walked around like the Flamingo. Because in the middle of the Flamingo, there is a Flamingo like viewing area.
Yeah.
Did that. Went to an armory, Battlefield Las Vegas, where this is where things get expensive. Battlefield Las Vegas has a lot of guns. Old-timey to recent.
Do they have like muskets there too? Probably not that old.
No, but they do have M1 Grands, which is like the World War II gun, or World War One, or no World War II.
It's like just like a big rifle.
You know the rifle that makes a ping noise like Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
that gun.
Interesting.
So there's tons of those guns. You can pick out as many as you want, pay a price, they give you it, they load it up for you, and then you can shoot those guns. I did an M1 Grand. I did a Car 98, I think, which is another rifle. And then I did the good old Chicago typewriter. I did a Tommy gun. I did the Thompson.
How was that?
So I'll go gun by gun. Thompson was the last thing. The first thing I did was the Car 98. It's an bolt action rifle. That was a lot of fun. They gave you a silhouette to shoot. Very small, like thin scope. Old timey scope.
Like on top of the rifle?
Yeah, top of the rifle. I was nailing it. I'm a good shot. I'm a good shot. Naturally. I don't know how. Shit, when I got my concealed carry, my fucking instructor was like, holy shit.
You've done this before.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. That was great. The M1 Grand. Woo! It's like someone's just...
Oh, it's got some kick.
It's got kick. It's heavy.
And that's like you got to be prepared when you're holding that thing.
Yeah,
right?
but it's like any rifle. You just have it against you. You're steady with it, and just boom, boom, boom. But when it's done, you get that legendary ping when the casing for the shells or for the bullets
when it lands
pops out. Here's the scary part. Mine popped out a round early, so I just heard ping, but I saw a bullet come out with it too. And my instructor guy saw that. I was like, oh, hold on, you're not done yet. So he loads it all back in. And I shot that last round. I got 2 of those full. Shot all 3. I shot both of them. I got 2 pings. But I got a plus ping. Now that third ping. Dude. Music to my fucking ears. And then I did the Tommy.
How was the Tommy?
It was incredibly easy to fire.
Yeah? I mean, that probably makes sense why the gangsters were using them.
So the Thompson, it's a submachine gun. So what that means, it uses a pistol caliber round. It's 45, I believe, 45 ACP. I paid for like 50, and they gave me the drum. The guy said it's gonna go up and right.
Oh, it's got it pulls itself.
It pulls. So
is that weapon specific or just that gun specific?
Could be either or. That was my first time actually shooting because it's hard to find that. That's an old timey gun. Sure, they make recent models of it, but I had like an OG. I had an original.
Probably one that was used in Chicago in the 1920s.
Probably it could have been Al Capone's for all I know, but I did it. So I did it in like 3 little sprats, 3 little sprays.
Like.
So the first spray was okay. Let's see if it goes up and right. No, I wasn't really controlling it. So up, one, up and right. All right, the second spray, I'm going to control it. All down the center. Third spray, spray and pray, baby. I was like, fuck yeah. There's a video. I have a video I don't think I've ever posted, but I turn around like, whoo. I did that for every gun, especially the M1, because the M1 fucking...
It's like...
It's right here. You. Right here when you have the
get a bruise from it?
I didn't get a bruise, but it was like someone was like... a couple times.
Popping you. So
like later in the day, I was like, oh shit, I'm feeling this a little bit. Like a little sore. Like you did like a handful of push-ups.
Okay.
It felt like that.
So for people that would want to go do this in Vegas, do you need a FOID or a concealed carry card or anything like that? You can just go in and pay and do it?
So you gotta sign your waivers. No, they ask you like, have you ever shot before? Because it's most of the people there, really cool. Most of the people working there are former military or current military. So it's like the guys asked me, have you shot before? And I was legit said, I'm from Illinois. I'm from the Chicagoland area. I have my concealed carry. He's like, okay, I don't need to explain anything to you then. You made my job easier.
You just have to say Chicago. He goes, bet.
And I was like, and I've been to plenty of ranges. He's like, okay. I was like, but he still had to show me what to do and what happens when it's done. Like when you shoot all your guns,
sure.
They literally walk up to you and grab it right away.
Yeah.
To make sure everything's clear.
I guess that's what you would want.
But
for something like that.
But my natural action is to check already, because when I go to ranges, with my brother. Mm-hmm. I shoot his rifles. I shoot my guns. I don't know if anyone's against guns. I have them for sport. and protection. When I go to ranges and I know it's done, the fucking slide or whatever is back because it's out, I look. I actually literally turn it and I look inside the slide to see if it's all out. And that was a natural reaction. And I saw like the guy kind of like, oh, okay, he knows what he's doing, because when it was done, I naturally went
to check it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was weird to do it for the rifles because everything's coming from up top.
Oh, the shells pop out through the top?
Yeah, well, for the M1 Grand, I did it and I saw it, but I still leaned it. For the Car 98, it's a bolt action, which just means you just,
Yeah, I know that from Red Dead.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's like ching, fucking okay. There's no more in here.
Those are my go-tos.
Those are
they're good at killing racists.
they're good at killing You say racist?
Yeah.
Fuck you, racist. You fucking pricks.
There's a bunch of racists in fucking Red Dead, man.
Well, you got them guys in there. You know what I'm talking about? The fucking
the clans.
You got the clans.
I love you can. Well, you definitely can fuck up the clan in that game. There's two different like times that trigger it, like in the middle of the night. And
yeah,
you can go. They're like meeting in the forest.
Oh, I've seen that video. Yeah,
and you sneak up on them, and then I just throw Molotov cocktails at them, and they just like ah.
Good. I wish that was fucking. Never mind. I won't go there.
But there's a
bunch of racist people.
In the south-ish area on the map there. There's a gang that hangs out in those areas, and they're called the Lemoyne Riders, and they're kind of just like good old boys.
Oh,
they're basically like disenfranchised, like post-Civil War, like Southern freedom fighters kind of thing, and they like, especially like if you're playing the game after you beat the story mode and you're just playing through the map still, like doing whatever, like you can finish up side missions and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
If you ride through that area sometimes, if you're anywhere like on a side road somewhere, every once in a while, you get two guys that'll come out off the trail on horses and be like, "Oh, hold on there, buddy. Let me see what you got on you."
Oh, boy.
And then they try to ambush you, and there's a bunch of them that come out, and you just gotta like fight them. I usually don't even let them finish talking, and I just like shoot it into like Deadeye mode. It's like slow motion,
like the bullet mode or the Max Payne one.
Yeah. It's like the same thing.
Yeah,
and it's like for that, it's like it's good for like when you have a bunch of enemies like right in front of you like that. You can just kind of like headshot. I got a headshot. It's so good.
But yeah, Vegas. Go with money. Plan ahead. Plan well ahead. Because if you plan more ahead, there's more chances you'll get what you want to do.
Yeah.
Things, like you said, things sell out.
There's a bunch of shit there. Zach Bagans. I want to go see Zach Bagans' museum.
So I want to do that.
It's expensive.
It's not like it's fair because it's a Vegas thing, but there's other things I'd rather do.
Fair.
But I kind of regret. Well, I don't regret. I kind of wish I did it too. But hey, if we go back for Vegas,
there's more. Yeah, it's not like Vegas is going anywhere.
Also, it's a little scary when you read about it.
It's very scary
because you have to. If you do like the extreme tour, the very haunted tour, you have to sign something because you could get possessed by something or any of the haunted shit in there.
Well, they have the like original Annabelle doll there.
Yeah,
like in a glass case, and like supposedly. Wait, no, he doesn't have it. It's at the.
No, I think he has it.
I think
maybe not. Maybe not now.
It might still be. I'm mixing up my stories here. The Ed and Lorraine Warren, the people that the Conjuring universe is like based on.
Yeah,
they have a museum. Well, both of them I think are both dead at this point, but they had a museum out of their house or like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Annabelle doll in a glass case there, and like you can go and like take tours and like visit all the cursed objects that they've acquired over the years. And supposedly they're told like when you go in there to talk to Annabelle, don't look at her, don't like make eye contact with her. You have to like introduce yourself and then like be polite and then like ask Annabelle like, oh, is it okay if I look at you, or like is it okay if I do this? Like you have to ask for permission and stuff. And like there's a story of a couple that came in there and they were like, yeah, this stupid doll, like like just like being like shitty and stuff,
bearing at the doll.
Yeah, just burying this fucking doll. And then they leave, and they left on a motorcycle, and they fucking died on the way out of there. I don't know if they died actually, but they like crashed. They crashed the motorcycle.
So if you ask this doll permission, you can actually look at it, or are you still told not to look at it?
I mean, you can look at. I think it depends. Maybe it's like superstition, but like there's a lot of people that are just like, don't even look at it. Just don't look at it. There's a bunch of things like in that museum or in Zach Baggins. I know Nicole and I had been watching. There's on the Travel Channel. He has a show.
Oh yeah,
about his museum, and pretty good show too. And like they do like dramatization episodes about like certain items that are in his like museum, and they're actually like pretty decent like quality like short story horror movies. Like they're like pretty like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the cinematography of these episodes are like pretty higher quality than I was expecting for a travel or Discovery Channel, whatever the hell channel it's on. But
yeah.
I would love to. I'm very interested in that kind of stuff, and like, not that I don't fear it, but I respect it, and like, I wouldn't walk in there being like, yeah, motherfuckers.
No, don't disrespect that shit.
Yeah, but I'm not afraid of like, I don't know. Like I'm not trying to get cursed or anything, but
have you ever been put in that kind of predicament when you're facing something that's haunted?
I mean,
we did.
We went to the demon house and Gary, remember that?
Yeah, and you pissed on the house.
I know I didn't pee on the house. I was going to, but I didn't have to pee. But I did do a front flip off the porch.
You did, but like I didn't get. Well, no, I did end up getting out of the car. When we did get there. Oh, excuse me.
Let's blow that way, please.
Yeah. When we did get there, I did feel something bad about it.
Like an overwhelming feeling of dread.
I felt something like we should not be here. And then I eventually got out of the car. I'm like, let me at least get close to it. And I just felt that pressure. But now
it just didn't feel right.
It didn't. And when we did the thing at Congress Theater for Dragon Gate USA.
Oh yeah.
And we were going to all the fucking supposed haunted parts, I did feel pressure there too. Like I did see things that I know they weren't supposed to be there. And then the thing upstairs.
Oh, when the door fucking closed.
So we went up to like one of the top levels of the Congress Theater. Not a lot of people know this, but there is a stairwell that goes to multiple levels up in the Congress that are like green rooms. But the higher you get, the more broken down things are. That you can tell like, we're not going to mess these up here.
It looked like the upstairs area got gutted by a fire at some point.
Yes.
And like they just left it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it's closed now, probably. But.
Yeah, but it's still open to a sense. But there's nothing in there. I mean, it's like a storage kind of, because we did see things in there.
Oh yeah.
There's like random things that they're obviously putting away because they didn't have room. But we went up there with Acid Jazz.
Shout out
Acid Jazz. And we went into a certain room. The door is heavy. The door is very heavy. You need like at least two hands to, and some force to push it open.
It was like a big steel door.
Yeah.
Like a not a safe door, but it was like a metal door.
It's one of those that won't move on its own. You push it into place, it's going to stay in place. So we pushed it into place. We walked in, and as soon as we were walking in there, a couple seconds later, it starts closing on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember you had to stop it.
I like literally threw my body into the door to stop it from closing. I was like, holy shit.
And me and Ass looked behind and we're like, oh, fuck. This is going down. And we left.
I was like, maybe we should go back downstairs.
We left. That was, there was no breeze, no nothing no way that anything could have been pushing this big steel metal door.
That too. I mean, like that door was heavy, so heavy that like wind would not have been able to move that door.
Absolutely not. It would have bounced off it. That's the kind of situation you need to be respectful as possible to whatever's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's no longer a person; it's the spirit of a person.
It's like my favorite shit, man. I don't know. Like I wish being like a paranormal investigator or like a UFO investigator could be an actual job.
Mm-hmm. Because your things is aliens.
I mean, all that shit. Yeah.
I'm more into the ghosts.
I mean,
I've been a ghost before.
Yeah. That was good.
That was a good day. That was a good day.
Dude, I mean, like I keep like diving down these rabbit holes too of like what if aliens aren't even aliens? Like, what if aliens are, people are saying like, what if aliens are just us, but from like a different dimension or a different, like from the future, traveling back into the past and trying to learn, where did humanity go wrong?
Yeah.
And that kind of shit kind of makes me a little freaked out because it's like the idea of like extraterrestrials and aliens and stuff like that is very fantasy, fantasy based or like sci-fi, I should say. And like we have like a conception of it, and we can think about, like, we've seen aliens in movies, like we can kind of, be prepared, I guess, or like we have like an understanding of what we would be in facing.
But being prepared for something we are expecting to what it looks like. Like, when you think of aliens, do you think of the Greys?
Yeah.
Who says they look like that? Gotta think about that. They
I
could
mean,
look like you and me.
There's a lot of different people that have said, that the Greys, so to speak, are like just drones that like they're kind of like I don't want to say they're like biologically like grown beings that are piloting these crafts to do research or whatever the hell they're doing here, because they've certain whistleblowers that have come out and said that they've like recovered bodies and stuff from crashes. Sometimes they're alive, and he's like, but every time that we've ever recovered any of them, they've passed away, and they don't last very long. But like they realize, like doing autopsies and stuff, that they have like they don't have like a stomach or anything like that, but they have like a circulatory system, and they're able to like keep them alive from like hooking up to IVs and like putting them on like drinking water and stuff like that. But they don't really, they survive with like basic protein based like diets. But he said that the way that they don't like react to anything, that, and this is obviously like through, somebody who's, spilling classified secrets and stuff, and who knows what is truth and what is not. But, saying that they would be like talking to them. They don't have any mouths, so they don't speak or anything like that, but they would like, they would react to their lights and stuff, and they would take them, and they would just like be like, hey, come with me over here. They would just direct them. They would walk over, and they would just stay wherever they moved them. So they were almost like they were, not want to say like brain dead, but just like they're that maybe that they are being controlled or something from something else, like a higher being, and there's the story of the meeting that Eisenhower had with aliens back in the 40s or 50s, whenever that was. That was basically, he met with a group of aliens that were described as being like tall, human-looking people that looked like they were from like, Norse mythology. Like they were tall, blonde hair, blue eyes.
They're
like
gods.
They look like gods.
Yeah, they're deities.
And they were the ones that came down. They're commonly known as like the Nordics is what they're like in the UFO community, they call them. So they look like human people, but just like pale skin, like probably no eyebrows and stuff. But like, they came here and they were just like, yo, you guys gotta chill with the nuclear weapon stuff. We don't like that. And like they're like, we'll give you guys technology and stuff like that. Or no, I don't think that they even offered anything. They just like, yo, you guys need to stop. And they were just like, nope. And then they were introduced with the Greys, and the Greys were like, we'll give you all this technology if you let us abduct humans and do experiments on them. And so that's, I mean, it's like there's a whole, and then there's the reptilian race as well that are shapeshifters that may or may not be running our country or the world. But it's all, a lot of this information has been coming out through all these whistleblowers now. And I wonder if how much of it so like specifically something I was thinking about today, or that I heard today that kind of made me think, is So like what I was saying is like somebody else was saying, oh, is it actually just humans like us from like the future or something like that, or from like a parallel dimension? And somebody brought it up where they were just like, what if aliens are not what we think of in the traditional sense of aliens, like from space. They're not space aliens, but they're interdimensional beings from like another universe. And the way the guy was kind of like making his point was he was saying like, there, look at like pop culture and just like the world, like that, like a lot of shows and like movies and like a lot of that stuff has been like kind of introducing like multiverse theory and all this stuff to like a wider audience rather than just like people on the internet or scientists and stuff like that. Like to the main public, I feel like a lot of people are hearing the idea of like the multiverse for the first time. Like if you haven't read comic books and stuff like that too, but this guy was kind of making like, what if like society's has kind of been like slowly integrating the idea of a multiverse into the lexicon of every person in the world, to the point when we finally realize that that's what it is. Then they're just like, oh, okay, we understand what that is. Then we know because of these movies and the TV shows that we've watched. And I was like, that would be crazy, but also a little disappointing, I think, because I think we like to imagine that there's life in the universe outside of like just our planet, and I think there definitely has to be, but what if it's just us?
I feel like if there's humans like us in a different galaxy and they find us, there's definitely going to be a language barrier.
You know what's going to happen.
Fuck.
They're going to come here.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to land. They're going to be like, what's up, guys? We're humans, but just from another side of the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to look a little different from us. And Americans are going to be like, oh, they don't look like us. They got blue skin. Take your blue skin and go home, blue skins. And then we all die. Because then they blow us. They blow up the earth.
Oh, it's like this here, huh? Well, we had people like you on our planet. We don't need a planet like this in the world or in the galaxy.
Yeah,
we're gone.
We fed all of our racist people on our planet to the Sarlacc pit. So everybody pile into the spaceship. We're going back.
I'd go.
I would do. Oh, dude, Dad, you heard me ranting about that shit earlier about the 20 and back program.
20 and back?
So I'll go through this really quick because it's kind of a long story, but it's a short version. So Steve Snyder, shout out Steve, he brought this to my attention recently. He was like, hey, have you ever heard of the 20 and back program? And I was like, no. And anytime, because he's one of the only other people in my life other than like Stank, that like are super into UFO stuff, and like we all kind of like understand that like the information that we share back and forth with each other is very much like take it with a grain of salt, because we don't know for sure, and there's a lot of disinformation being spread around, especially with this kind of stuff. And to not just like fully believe in like what you're listening to, but keep an open mind, because we all obviously want to believe. But and I love whenever he comes to me with some random thing like this, where I'm like, he's like, "Have you heard of this?" I'm like, "No," because I'm like, I thought I've heard of a lot of things, and please tell me some other weird, crazy like conspiracy thing with aliens. So the idea with this is that it's like a secret Black Ops like program in the military.
Oh, Call of Duty.
Yeah, kinda. So this and the reason why this story has come out now is because there's some people that are claiming that they're remembering this happening. And so the idea is that like these children are selected, and in their sleep they are dreaming, and they wake up that they're like, oh, all these lights and stuff, and they're just like in some room somewhere thinking like maybe it's a dream or something, and they're asked to like perform a lot of these tests, and it's like reading like math and just like certain like activities and stuff. Like later on, it's revealed to them that they're on a secret base on the moon, and these tests and stuff that they're doing is to unlock psychic abilities in their brain, because every human on Earth has the potential for psychic abilities. We just aren't able to unlock it unless we are trained for it.
It sounds like Stranger Things.
It does. It literally sounds like Stranger Things. So they basically are, and the don't even ask, I guess, like how this is even possible, like, or just like it's alien technology. So we don't know how this shit works, but they basically would take these kids out of their beds, boom, take them to the moon, train them every night for like forever, and then eventually they're just like, all right, you're ready for your missions, and you are drafted into this like dark web, not dark web.
Oh,
like,
shit.
They're in the dark web now.
Oh, boy.
It's like this secret program where they're like, you work in this like military group with the Air Force and NASA, and like you're taken out to the Kuiper Belt, which is like just outside like where Pluto is, and they are helping these aliens fight a war out in the Kuiper Belt, and using their psychic abilities to help like read other aliens that they have in captivity, read their minds for information and stuff like that. And you're told that you're serving for 20 years. So these kids like literally grow up and like live like full lives, and then once their countdown goes for the 20 years, they like see a flash, and then they wake up back in their bed when they're 9 years old, and then all their memories of like what they happened like start to fade away, and then they're gone, and then they just live their lives. But like now recently there's been some people coming out and being like, oh yeah, like I remember this happening. And like I don't necessarily believe that this is true at all, but it's just kind of funny because the first guy that like the first guy is like suing all these other people because he's like, no, that's my story, you stole my IP. And he's like half believing that it's true, half saying that it was made up in his head, because he's like, I also don't know what was real and what wasn't real, because it's a whole thing. But one of the whistleblowers from the military recently, I think, added maybe some validity to those stories and kind of made reference to some sort of program. Who knows? Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, it sounds so crazy that like there's no way that could ever be true, right? But then if you think about it, like 50, 60 years ago, if you would have told, our great grandparents or our grandparents that we'd be able to like, pull a box out of our pocket and, I can do something and like I can video chat with, people from across the world, they would think that was also kind of an impossible task as well. So I definitely, something like that story sounds incredibly science fiction.
It sounds like it sounds like another chapter out of these bullshit Scientology books.
It sounds like a movie though, right?
Kind of, yeah.
And I was talking to Jimmy about that this morning, and I was just like, if this came out, I don't think I would be shocked. I would be like, oh, that's fucked up and crazy. And then I was like, no, actually, I think I'd be pissed. And he's like, you'd be pissed? And he's like, why? Because it's like incredibly invasive and like national security. I'm like, no, I'd be pissed that they didn't fucking pick me.
I'd be pissed they didn't pay me.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm risking my life and
pick me, pay me.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
Dude. All right, aliens, if you're listening to this right now, or any secret government projects or anything, I'm your guy. Sign me up. I would love to work in UFO recovery, crash site recovery. I'm a good grunt. I do what I'm told. I'm good at keeping secrets.
I'm pretty sure none of their uniforms are in purple, so I think it might be a problem.
Well, then here's what I'll do. I'll just get shot in battle. And this is incredibly offensive. I'm sorry. Just get a Purple Heart. That's how it works, right?
No.
Did you know that we have the Purple Hearts that they're giving out now are from the same stock of Purple Hearts that they made during World War II.
Really?
Because they made so many Purple Hearts because so many people were fucking dying.
Holy shit.
That they still have the stock that they're pulling from to this day for like soldiers and stuff in battle.
Oh my God.
It's pretty insane.
That is insane.
How you feeling?
Feeling good.
It's been a long day.
Oh, fucking hell of a day.
Been a long week, I feel like.
Yeah?
Just in general. Just ready for the weekend. Tired of this shitty rain that we've been having lately.
Been tired of this shit spring we've had. It's been spring for what, 3-4 weeks?
Yeah.
And it really hasn't, no pun intended, sprung. Like, I think we had maybe 2-3 days of actual nice weather.
More than I feel like more nice weather than bad though.
Here's how
so?
Here's how fucked up the weather was the beginning of this year. I remember 1 week we were dressed like this, and then the following week I was back in my sweats.
Mm-hmm.
I had my parka on, and there was like half a foot of snow on the floor.
Yeah, that was the fake spring. That sucked.
Like straight up 75 degrees, comfortable. Like I'm literally wearing something similar to that week, and then slowly we got snow back. It's so defeating.
It really is.
It is, because it's like, oh my God, yes, let's get. Oh, I'm sick of snow. I'm sick of the cold weather. After Christmas, get it out of here. That's it. If it snows on Christmas, I'm fine with that.
That's okay.
If I didn't see, yeah, you want a white Christmas.
Yeah.
If you celebrate.
If you celebrate.
Or Hanukkah, whatever. I don't know if they care about snow like that.
I'm not sure.
But after that, if I don't see snow till the next season, great. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. At least give me some sun.
It's one of those things where people are like, oh, global warming. And I'm like, the one good thing out of global warming is that we'll get rid of snow.
No, not here. Yeah, global warming's happening. Guess what? We're still gonna have the same bullshit Chicago weather.
Yeah, we'll still have winter here.
Oh, it's gonna be like 110 in New York in like fucking next month? No, we're still figuring out if it's spring or not.
God,
it's fucking terrible. But hey, it 180 today. Left the house. A little rainy out, cold. This afternoon, clear skies, nice and warm. Great day. But hey, we're stuck indoors all day though. That sucks.
Yeah.
That's the only downside about it. We're indoors a lot.
Dude, yesterday was nuts. I was working in the warehouse yesterday, and it was like nice sunny day all day mostly. And we got a delivery of some crate shirts, so we were helping unload the van, and I'm standing out there, I'm looking around, I'm like, it looks like it's gonna rain. Is it supposed to rain today? And everyone's like, no, it didn't say rain. And we go back in, we had the door popped open. And then probably half hour later, it fucking downpoured. Like
it's the weather here.
Like bad, and like to the point where like when I went home yesterday, I drove down Logan Boulevard, and there was a fuck ton of trees that just got like snapped, like big branches just like out of the trees and stuff. Like it was like a, what do they call them? Like a microburst.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, and it just like dropped and it like flooded the alley too.
So yesterday, when the storm was happening, we had a Whatnot show. We're doing a card break. Eastwood does most of the card breaks.
Shout out Eastwood.
Shout out fucking Chris Eastwood. But we also have that little balcony out there.
Yeah.
When we had
Did you have the door open?
We did have the door open. We did have the curtain up because with the overcast, it doesn't make too much light, so it's not overexposing the cameras and everything. So we just left it open, and then we just heard it. We heard the rain on the glass doors, and I just hear him go, "Holy shit!" And I look outside, and it's damn near almost dark. A monsoon's happening, and the next thing I think of is like, "Oh, we're gonna lose internet.
Oh,
this stream is going to drop."
It didn't though, right?
It didn't.
Surprisingly.
Usually when bad weather comes around, it fucks things up for the streams and just internets in general. I know it does in my house sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes with me too. We're on the top floor too, and feel like the building sway sometimes in the wind.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Holy shit.
Dude, you literally feel like I'll be like in the mornings or at night sometimes when you're laying in bed, I can like that's when I feel it the most because you're like grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like on the bed on the floor, you know, and then you feel like a little bit of like swaying back and forth.
Oh, it's like when we were on the Jericho cruise.
Yeah, basically.
Let's talk about that. We've been on cruises.
We've been we were cruising for a bruising.
Yeah.
I've only been on 2.
Yes, you were in the second one that we roomed with Vinny and his brother.
Yeah, shout out Vinny and Moses.
Yep. And then the one that just passed right now.
I stayed with Birdo, and we actually had a balcony in our room this time.
Yeah,
it was pretty nice.
I
enjoyed that. I spent a lot of time just sitting out on the balcony, like watching the ocean.
So relaxing. You're not going next year though, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I was asked about it, and I guess I'm rooming with shout out Eric Zisselman.
Hey,
Guess he's going next year, so you know, living the best life.
We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind and try to sneak my way back on again.
But that being said, I want to go on a real cruise.
I want to go on a Disney cruise.
Me, dude. I want to go on Disney. I want to go on that boat we saw leaving.
Oh, what was it called?
The fucking
something of the world.
The fucking butthole of the sea. I don't know.
Yeah,
dude, this thing.
It was huge.
Looked like a mini city floating.
That's too much.
Like it had its own courtyard. It was insane how huge this thing is.
How expensive do you think it is? It's probably way more than the one we were on, right?
It's actually not that bad.
You think so?
Well, our cruise, like, I've been curious. After we leave a cruise, I always look up all the other cruise lines.
Just to see what's up.
Dude, ours is dumb expensive for some reason.
Good.
I think it's just all the talent that's on there, or it could just be Six-Man himself because they do all these theme cruises. If you go on a real cruise, like a proper one that isn't themed, and you're just going to the Bahamas or wherever, you know, Mexico or something like that, it's way cheaper. Like the price we pay, we can get a better room on a different cruise. Way better room, like a suite almost.
Say less,
dude. And there's way more things to do. Like that boat, like it's a nice boat. The Pearl. The Norwegian Pearl or whatever version of that boat there is, it's nice.
Yeah.
It is nice. It's not big, though. Compared to all these other boats, like a Disney boat, that's huge.
Dude, massive. Just like, I remember like the first time I went, when we docked in the Bahamas, we were docked next to a Disney one, and the Disney one just like cast a shadow over ours. I was like,
fucking massive.
The mouse has money.
The mouse owns part of the sea. Okay. Or who else? Royal Caribbean. I looked up those cruises. Awesome looking. And then while I'm looking up all these cruises, I'm getting cruise like shorts and TikToks and everything. I started following this guy who works on cruises.
Oh.
It's fucking incredible. Like especially what they get. They have like their own levels. They have like their own buffets.
That'd be crazy. I want to go party with the boat staff.
They have their own pools. They can like when docks ship, some of them can leave and do their own thing while the dock ship or yeah, it's at the dock.
Yeah,
the dock shipped. The boat is docked. What the? How many beers is this? 2?
What? Give me a beer.
You got one.
What? You won't give me another beer? Oh hell yeah!
But hey. I want to go on a real, it's a real cruise, but I want to go to a different cruise. I don't want to go on a theme cruise unless it's like the fucking emo cruise.
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool.
It has a lot of cool, awesome pop punk bands on there.
That one looked cool. I would go on like a comedy cruise maybe. I feel like that would be fun.
The Jalen Silent Bob one.
That'd be fun.
That'd be really fun. Or, even though I don't watch them, the Impractical Jokers one.
I was going to say that would probably be the one I would go on. I love those guys.
Those guys are from what I've seen. They're funny.
We just went and saw them live 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they did a show at the Chicago Theater. It was really good. We were on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she got us floor seats. I was like, damn.
That's so.
But yeah, it's It's not the same without Joe. Joe Gatto left the group.
Did he?
Yeah, for like personal reasons. Not like they there's no heat with them. Or
Oh, he
anything
just
like that.
wanted to like do something else.
Spend more time with his family and his
Oh.
kids and stuff. But it's just like I was just like, damn, dude, because he's like low key like my favorite one. He's just so fucking funny, and it's just like it's still really good, and like I enjoy the show, but like it's just like missing something without Joe.
So you've seen pretty cool performance like that. I went to Letterkenny Live before. Not to like come back to Letterkenny, but I went to Letterkenny Live. It was like their second time in Chicago.
Was it good? How was it?
It was so goddamn funny. Also, two of the actors who plays the characters, they did stand-up routines.
Like before the show? Or
No, like
during it?
They would like get out of character, get into their own clothes and shit like that, and they do stand-up.
Interesting.
I think the guy who plays the hockey coach, he did it. Super funny guy. Oh my God, was he funny? He did it, and I can't remember who else. I think the guy who did Squirrely Dan. He's an actual stand-up comic, and I think he did a set or two.
I like Squirrely Dan.
Squirrely Dan's fucking great. But yeah, it's whenever I go to those kind of shows, it's fucking. Whenever I go to a theater, it's always a fucking great time. I've been to stand-up. I seen George Lopez with Giovanni
at Chicago Theater.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
fucking great. I went to not the Chicago Theater. It's one of those. I think the Roosevelt Theater, where the Roosevelt colleges.
Oh yeah.
I saw this like Sonic Symphony Orchestra.
Oh hell yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I think I saw Jack White there.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, like forever ago.
Went to a interpretive dance there based on Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, that sounds
It was
interesting.
fucking insane. I loved it.
Sounds trippy.
I wish I was on something. Like, I wish I took an edible or something like that, but it was cool. Very interesting. I think I'm going to one in the future too. I don't know. I want to go to. I've gone to that same theater, and it was a orchestra playing all the music from Harry Potter.
Oh,
Like
that
they-
sounds really good.
Like they would play the movie on a big screen.
And then like they just score the music.
So none of the music is in the movie. All the lines are in there. You're literally watching the movie, and when the song for the certain scene comes on, they play it.
That is awesome.
It was fucking awesome.
That's a very special like experience, I feel.
See, I went in there blind, not knowing, and I thought it was just going to be, they'll do this song, and then they'll do this song, and then they'll do this song. And then the screen came down, and they started playing the movie. And I'm like, oh, it's the actual fucking movie. And
That's
they're
really
just,
cool.
They're just dubbing over it, in a sense. I was like, this is great. But they only did the first movie. And I think this year they're coming back and doing the second movie, because I think they rotate. Can you take that?
No.
Is that your wife?
No.
Fuck out of here, Nicole. We're busy.
As her dad. My father-in-law's calling me. Probably this guy. I love him to death. He kills me though sometimes. Like he called me the other day, and I knew it. I couldn't. We were at C2E2,
Mm-hmm.
and we were in the middle of the panel game thing, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to answer this right now. And then he tried calling me back later again, like when I was driving, and I was like, oh shit, I'll call him back later. And I was like, I told Nicole, I was like, I know exactly what he's what he's calling me for. I was like, watch. I was like, I guarantee you, he's calling me to bitch that the Bears picked a punter with their fourth pick, and I was like, watch. And then so he left me a message, and I was like, I played it in the car, and it was, of course, it was him, and he was just like, can you believe they fucking took a punter? God damn it! Like he's just like losing his shit, and I'm like, I knew it. And so I could give him a call back later, and I was just like, don't worry. I was like, yes, they picked a punter, but they picked the best punter. And that's at least the way that I've been told, at least. Like, he was the punter at Iowa, and he was the best offensive weapon that they had. And he would pin them back inside their own 5, and the defense would take care of them from there. But, yeah, I mean, maybe taking a punter at number 4 is a little high, or in the 4th round, I guess.
I mean, we've had one of the best punters ever at one point.
Kickers.
Or kickers.
We had Robbie Gold.
Yeah, fucking the golden kick. Remember when I lived in Iowa?
Yeah.
for those miserable 9 months.
It felt longer.
No, it was only 9.
Probably felt longer for you too.
Oh, fuck. It was 3 months at someone's house, and then 6 months in an apartment. That was
Different experience though. A chance to live outside of Illinois.
Yeah. Well, for 6 months. 3 of those months I was still on the Illinois side of the Quad Cities.
That's right. You were in Rock Island.
East Moline.
Ah.
It's called the Quad Cities, but yet they include East Moline. It's East Moline and Rock Island in the Illinois side, and then Davenport and Bettendorf on the Iowa side. And I like to say that because Bettendorf sounds like a fake city. It sounds like a medieval city.
I've never heard. I've always heard the Quad Cities, but I didn't know what the fourth one was.
Bettendorf.
Bettendorf.
Welcome to Bettendorf. Drop off your slop and get in the britches. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's basically like, what's the best way I compare it to where we used to grow up? It's like the Orland Park, Orland Hills of the Quad Cities.
Oh, it's a little bougie.
A little bougie, but it's nice. Like, literally they have like a strip of like a strip mall that reminded me of just an area, a specific place of Orland, where the Dick's Sporting Goods and the Barnes and Noble is.
Oh yeah.
Over there.
Which are those even still there?
Which one?
I mean, are they still there?
Oh, in Orland?
yeah.
Yeah, I just went past them the other day.
I was gonna say because all these Barnes and Nobles and Dick's Sporting Goods are closing everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. The shopping mall, the shopping plaza, Aubrey Plaza. They're becoming a thing of the past, sadly.
The mall itself. Or
Just shopping malls and just shopping areas. Like I heard there's a mall in Illinois, not that far from here, that closed down apparently.
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess like you can get anything on Amazon the next day. So why the fuck would you go to the mall?
I went to Orland Mall like last week, and it was like a Saturday afternoon. Saturday afternoon. Barely busy.
Barely.
And remember those when we used to go to that mall just for fun? It
Just whenever we were bored.
even on a weekday, it was fucking popping. Fucking not anymore. And it's sad. I used to work at that mall.
Last of a dying breed.
Yeah. And let's see, for not to talk about malls, but I think if you want to be a successful mall, you have to have something at your mall to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Now look at Fox Valley. When's the last time you been to the Fox Valley Mall?
a long time. Is it still there?
They have one of the best arcades there.
Really?
Dude, it's crazy. It is fucking cool. And I think that's one of the reasons why it stays in business.
Shit.
Dude,
We should go to the Fox Valley Mall.
We should. I'm down. I'll drive us.
Let's
Fuck 'em.
go. We're going right now.
I mean, look at Gertie Mills. They have a ton of shit there to do because they have variety. And they have a fucking movie theater. They have an arcade. They have a fucking Bass Pro Shop. That's variety.
Yeah. That's good variety, at least.
And they're across from Six Flags Great America. And Cracker Barrel. Fucking love Cracker Barrel.
I just played that whole Cracker Barrel thing. We were hanging out with Nicole and Kyle last weekend, just for like in the afternoon on Saturday, and we went and got food, and I was like, oh, I'll put it on my card. Just send me like whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, how much should I send you? And I looked at the bill and I was just like, $10 is good. And he's just like, he looked at me like, what the fuck? And I was like, trying to explain the story. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me do this. And then I just pulled up that animated video that somebody made. Somebody took an excerpt or pieces of an interview from when Petey Williams was on Cabana's podcast, and they animated it, and like it's really fucking funny. And this guy and I just fucking quoted that thing into the ground over the years, just like, hey, I'm hungry.
Well, you want to eat?
Cracker Barrel.
I'm hungry.
Let's go get food.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube still.
It's on YouTube. Just search Art of Wrestling, Petey Williams, Scott Steiner story, and it's just like, then it's him telling a story about them going to Cracker Barrel, and he's just like, oh, like we go to get food, and he's just like, Scott Steiner, big rich, wrestler. He's like, hey Scotty, how much do I owe you? And he's like, $10 is good. Mm-hmm. And he's like thinking he'd just be like, oh, don't worry, I got you. But that shit always kills me.
These chicken tenders are too small. I want bigger ones. Fat. Dude, my Scott, I can't do that because I'll blow your speakers.
I could hear it.
Yeah, my Scott Steiner impersonation. Top tier.
Top tier.
Top tier. Top tier.
So, what? Before we wrap up here, I did want to dive back into a little bit of wrestling talk. What kind of bookings you got coming up soon?
I have none.
That's not true. I know you have a booking coming up.
No,
Well,
no.
it's not soon, but
It's not anywhere soon. It's like in September.
it's soon. I mean, it's soon enough. But you've been not wrestling as often since the pandemic, and obviously you jumped into doing a lot more streaming stuff. Picked up a lot more responsibilities at work, and it's kind of just like split your time mostly. But I know you want to get back into the ring more often and stuff like that. So, I mean, what's been going on in your mind?
I lost motivation and drive. I got lazy. I was told something that pissed me off and kind of turned me off wrestling for a little bit about why I'm not booked at freelance right now.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't. I don't know. And I've been telling myself you need to get back into it because there's that gap in your life that you can't fill with streaming. And I miss performing. People are asking me when I'm wrestling again. I have the fucking whole Whatnot community asking me if I'm ever going to wrestle again. And they want to come see me wrestle. And I'm just trying to find drive and motivation, and it's hard right now. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't want to wrestle. I want to fucking wrestle. I fucking love wrestling. I will always love wrestling, no matter how terrible it can be. It can be the best time of my life. And I want to get back into it. And I want to take bookings again. And I want to travel. And I want to tell people that I belong again. And I belong here.
And it's hard to get past that feeling, like when you're, like you said, losing. It's very easy to lose motivation. It's very fucking hard to get it back. And sometimes you have to, it's not like one thing that gets you back to that thing. It's like you got to like kind of work your way back up to it and like build, speaking from experience, you have to like build back your confidence. You have to build back like these calluses in your mind and your body, like of what you need to be doing and how you need to be doing it. And it's not something that happens overnight. And for some of us, it took a couple of years, to really fucking feel that feeling of belonging again. So I completely, definitely understand that.
It sucks from people in the business that would give me the runaround and say, oh, go talk to this person. Oh, go talk to this person about it. And to get the excuse that I did, it sucked. But I didn't completely like jump out of it. I mean, we did go to like Glory Pro a handful of times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did have a couple of Dreamwave bookings, but it's like I actually had a booking January, February, but I got hurt. Remember when I fell on vacation?
I do, yeah. I don't mean to laugh, but it was kind of funny.
Dude, so we're in the Bahamas. Or no, we're in Mexico. We're in fucking Mexico. And, where did I put this? Sorry. And we were walking around. We find a dock on this random part of the beach that we probably weren't supposed to be part of. But we walked down that dock, walked that aisle, and we found some metal stairs as part of this dock. And I'm like, I'm going to just walk down these stairs. And I started walking down these metal stairs in the water, which I'm thinking, hey, these have probably little grooves in them that I'll, kind of grip to my feet. I'll probably find. Nope. I took that first step and I slipped the fuck in, and it fucked my thumb up. The rail, I think, hyperextended my thumb, did something to it.
I had to really grab it when you were going down.
Yeah, well, I have bad thumbs from football back in high school. Like, they'll pop out. And I think I made this worse again. So I fucked my thumb up bad.
I swear to God, I thought when you slipped, I thought you were doing a bit because it looked like a cartoon character, like like that, and I was like, oh my god, look, and then you all went all the way in.
No, I
was
fucking I
Oh,
full
man.
send. The glasses came on my head. That was the first thing that I was worried about. I was like, oh, my sunglasses. I didn't care I was hurt. I like those sunglasses.
Yeah.
Those sunglasses fucking fit my huge dome. And then I found them. I grabbed the fucking rail again, and I realized, oh, my thumb is fucked right now. It blew up. My fucking thumb blew up. So I was legit. It still hurts a little bit to this day. If I the people who are listening can't see this, but I'm trying to grip it with I'm trying to pull my thumb inward towards my palm, and it hurts still.
It hurts to do this.
It hurts to do like squeeze your thumb in, like you're trying to grab like a baseball bat.
You probably for sure have like maybe tendon damage or something.
Oh,
there.
absolutely. And I was supposed to wrestle for fourth wall. There was no way I was gonna be able to wrestle for fourth wall. Like it hurt that bad. Like it was throbbing. Like I even would wake up during the middle of the night because I would roll on my hand the wrong way.
Ugh.
So I had to tell. Sorry, Marco. I had to tell him like, dude, I'm hurt. Like I can't do this. Like I'm gonna be in pain if I wrestle this fucking
Should have
match.
fucking casted your arm up like when Taker broke his hand.
Yeah, I fucking should have. But I would have had one booking, but I had to drop out because I know I would not have done well. But I know there's certain things that I should do. Like I should stop playing video games. If I stop playing video games and dedicate my life in the gym again, I should go. But also it's like I need access to a ring. Sure, I can do freelance, but I have this feeling whenever I would come to freelance, and I don't know if it's just me in my head, because that's one of the worst things to be in your own head. I feel like I'm not welcomed.
And I mean, you've said that to me before, and I understand because I felt the same way, and it wasn't because people were being shitty or anything like that. I just felt like, at least for me, like nobody was being shitty to me. I just felt like when we started getting got help actually, and like had people that were doing, tasked with doing certain jobs, helping to make things happen, and it got to a certain point where I was just like, whoa, okay, now what do I do? Because like everything's being handled now, and I feel like I don't have a job. I felt like I didn't fit in anymore, and I also wasn't like around the kids as much, and like I felt like everybody had like their own inside jokes. Everybody was like super close, and I kind of just felt like this like outside entity that was like, oh, they'd be like, oh, well, like you're the owner of the company, like you're fine, but it's like, yeah, but it didn't sit right with me, and like I just kind of was like, I don't know if it was like it felt like it was an outward thing, but I
Yep.
think I realized that it was me. It was all stuff that I was putting on myself. Like I'm the king of making up scenarios in my head of like things of like anybody like I'll be like, oh, so and so probably thinks this or like did this or said this about me, and like I just had to learn that like chances are most of these people aren't fucking thinking about me or at all, like, you know what I mean, like, and it's all shit that I put into my own head, and but it took me a while to like really kind of feel comfortable with that again, because like, and it sucks because like, a lot of those people are people that we like and they really like us, and I heard a quote that really resonated with me specifically because of that, because of my ability to fucking turn everyone against me in my own head. It was a quote that said something like, my friends would be heartbroken if they knew my friends would be heartbroken if they knew how I thought that they thought of me. And like because I realized that, and I've talked to people too, like just like after since going through therapy and stuff like that, like you find better ways of kind of like, I feel this certain way and this is how I'm addressing it, like, or talking to people, and just being communicative in general more often, because more often than not, like other people I feel like are also feeling some of the similar things, and like it's this constant battle of like two different people thinking that the other person hates them, or like thinking a certain way, and then it just turns out that like all of that shit was made up by multiple, like in your own head or they thought of something in their own head as well, and then everything's fine, and you're just like, oh, so I could have just been like enjoying my life this whole time instead of dwelling on this thing that I was like putting over. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it takes time, dude, and like that's the one thing that I learned too was the more time you come around too, the more welcoming it feels. So I mean, like if you ever want to come and hang out, like you're always welcome.
Okay. I appreciate that. I want to get to the point where, and I know there's a lot of young and hungry kids in that roster, but I want to get to that point where I'm back in that freelance ring. Like I don't know if there's any more, like if there's any newer freelance fans listening to this.
There's a bunch. Well, maybe I don't know about listening to this, but
I was at the first show. I was the first main event.
You were.
I've been with freelance since day one, technically. And I want that feeling to say that freelance is still my home. Like my home company. I don't feel like I have a home company anymore. Because I don't wrestle. I barely wrestle. And it sucks. I feel like I was pretty well known in the Chicago wrestling scene, but it's like there's nowhere for me right now.
It's crazy too how quickly like they always say like the machine keeps moving, you know?
Yep.
Like, and when I took time off, like I took like a whole year or like a whole summer, I don't remember exactly how long it was, but like just unplug myself from the business, and then like was also just not wrestling at all, like even when I did come back. And then there's just so many new people, like, and then it's just like I think about like when we first started wrestling, and there was like the older guys that were there, and just been like we like, not even that I wasn't like thinking about them, but I just like I was more concerned with like whatever the fuck we were doing, you know, or like just our own shit. And these guys were just like floating around, and like I don't want to say like I was kind of like, oh, these fucking like old losers, like, because I don't think I really thought that way.
Nah.
But
there was some guys who I thought about that.
There was definitely a couple of losers.
There was definitely well, because they were pieces of shit. They were shit humans.
They were. So I think about that now, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be the old loser. I don't want to be the one that, and I'm like, I'm a weird fucking person. I know that. And I was like, I'm sure the kids at the school probably fucking laugh at me sometimes, but I just kind of own it at this point. And I'm like, the only person that can control your destiny is yourself. And that's like what I'm doing. Like, that's why I started doing this show again. Like I was, for the longest time, like nobody gives a fuck about this or gives a fuck about me, but you know what? I enjoy doing it, and I'm just going to do it until I don't enjoy doing it anymore. And that's kind of how I feel about wrestling too. I think I'm just going to do it until I die.
Yeah. My goals are, I want to eventually wrestle again, at least once a weekend. I want to wrestle for freelance again. I want to be someone the kids are comfortable asking for help and advice. Like, even when, like, I love coaching. Like, I remember I went with you to Badgers one day, and I was helping kids. That felt great. Coaching, training. I want to be someone reputable enough that the young generation can trust and feel comfortable asking advice. Because I've definitely given advice for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Singles, tag teams, freaking whatever. I want to contribute back into the scene. But at the same time, I'm not fucking done.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm lazy right now. I'm unmotivated. I don't know why I can't find motivation again. But talking about this is...
You getting a little fired up?
Kind of, yeah.
You feel a little fired up?
I want my spots back.
Are you saying, God damn it, is this going to be the summer of Castro?
Fuck no. What the fuck are you talking about? Holy shit, no. Maybe. I mean, I know fucking. I doubt it. When's freelance 10th anniversary?
Next month.
Yeah, I doubt. I was gonna ask you like, yo, if I get in a decent enough shape, can I be in the scramble? I doubt that'll happen. But I'll be there.
I hope you come. Like it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be an emotional day for everybody. But that's definitely. I was hoping that you would be there. Like Dom would be there, all the old crew. As much as we can. As much.
Give the originals a scramble match.
We talked about me and Kyle were joking about doing an old timers scramble.
Fuck old timers. Fuck you, Kyle.
But I think that was more so the joke was like, who's the oldest active wrestlers in the Chicagoland area that we could put together in a scramble?
Well, look at that original roster photo that Jack took.
Yeah.
You can probably get Trick Davis.
Yeah.
He's still wrestling. Well,
yeah.
He's wrestling right now, I think.
Yeah, he comes through and rolls at the school sometimes. So.
Oh, sick. I miss him. You and me, Olsen, fucking Kenny Sutra.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Craig Mitchell, even though he's being a big old piece of shit right now.
I know. He's a syndicate man now.
I kind of did not like that, the way they treated you and Olsen.
They just beat us up. I got tossed. We got tossed into each other.
I also kind of didn't like that when you were feuding with Trevor there, you didn't have me in any of your teams.
I thought I could handle him myself.
You literally picked 4 other people.
Wait, which time? Oh, the fucking Survivor Series match. Yeah, that did happen. Listen, Dan the Dad. I had to pick Dad.
No, you didn't. We've beaten Dan the Dad.
Yeah. Did we beat them for the...
We've beaten fucking No New Friends.
And Kylie helped us put Mike Outlaw through a table.
Fuck yeah.
I forgot about that.
Good old Smiley Kylie.
But no, that's great. Like, having that feeling again, like that motivation. And like, I won't say that I've also had motivation lately. I've just kind of been like, I kind of got to a point where I was like, I don't know what else I can do with my life. I was like, I feel like wrestling's the only thing that I've ever been like remotely okay at doing. So I'm like, at this point, I was like, and this is such shit to say, but like, it's like at this point, I was like, well, I guess I might as well just like try. I know that sounds terrible, but like,
yeah, the guy who owns his own company might as well try.
Like,
you fucker.
It's this. I mean, it's the same. Like, I never took working out serious. I never took like dieting seriously. My entire throughout my life. I'm only 33 right now, but like, I think about how many times or how many people throughout my career have been like, "Hey, you should do this. You should do this," and like telling me stuff to get in better shape, and I just was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I would do it for like a couple weeks, and then just be like, yeah, whatever. And I know that's probably extremely disrespectful to say for like people that like are in this business that like dedicate their time and efforts in the gym and shit like that. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I mean,
I'm not taking away from what you're doing. I'm just saying that I'm also a lazy piece of shit, and I'm trying to not be as much of a lazy piece of shit.
I mean, look at you right now. You posted maybe a week or two ago your progress from losing a bunch of weight.
Yeah, I mean, and it wasn't even like intentional. Like, I was just like,
you're just starving yourself.
Yeah, literally. And
don't do that.
Just I was kind of like, oh, like I guess I didn't notice that I was losing weight until people started telling me, and but I was very consciously eating better prior to that as well. So I was like, well, that makes sense, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I'm just like, I guess it's one of those things. You get older, you mature in certain aspects of your life, and some people, especially with men, we take a lot longer to fucking mature.
Dude, I am immature as fuck still.
I mean, we're still fucking kids, but
I make the weirdest noises at work everywhere. I yell, all that kind of shit. I don't give a fuck.
That or just like a...
Oh, yeah. I don't know. My goal is to get back to wrestling at least once a week or once a weekend. Once a month, once a weekend. I want to get back in freelance. I want to get back to Dreamwave. I guess Galley.
Yeah, I've I've missed Galley, dude. Like those were some very fun times.
Hey, if no one knows this, we're former Galley tag team champions. I want to tag again with you. I want us to have more runs. I want to get back down the Glory Pro. I want to fucking get back to Canada. At least the Midwest again. I know we don't travel as much, but fuck, if we can do stuff in the Midwest, I'm down. I want to go to Wally's World.
Yeah, I know. We don't need an excuse to go to Wally's,
I
though.
miss that. I just want to wrestle again. And I know I'm my worst enemy when it comes to the motivation and fucking drive and just get in my own head. But sometimes I think about the things that have been told to me, and I just want to prove that those people were wrong.
And that's use that shit, man. Like,
And just spit in their mouth.
they might like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanna just hang out at shows again. Like being at wrestling shows and wrestling is one of the best times in my life. If I'm ever at a wrestling show and I'm on the card and I'm wrestling and hanging out with the boys and girls, it's fucking amazing. Like that old just the family feel, the locker room feel, and especially with this new generation, like I want to be around to inspire them. I want to be around to help them because I like to help.
And it's great. I mean, like giving back should always be, I feel like, at the end of the day, what we try to do. Like leave this world a little bit better than when we came into it.
I want to be at that experience level to where I'm comfortable, like somewhat training, not particularly being a full-time trainer like you have at your school, like those guys, but like a pop-in. Like, oh, like we're going to go over tag team stuff. Oh, I can come in and definitely help with that. You and me.
Yeah.
Oh, like some Haas stuff. Yeah, we want to teach this guy some more Haas kind of things. I can come do that.
Some big man spots.
Yeah. Some comedy stuff. I can do comedy. Some submission shit. I can do some. I can show you some real shit. Some shit that makes sense. Some logic stuff.
Logic.
I want to just be back in the Chicago wrestling scene. And I want people like, oh, I remember him. Fuck yeah, he's back. I want to give that to people. I want to entertain people. Are you not entertained?
You're not sports entertainment.
Yeah,
well, now they're dropping sports entertainment.
Are they really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Nah, bullshit.
But no, I mean that's great, and I think that's a great message and energy to end on. Is that just the future is bright.
No, the lights are. That's what's bright.
The lights are very bright, but so is the future. You know, as at least as much as you're willing to put into it, like individually, like we have that power.
And if you don't fucking like it, well, fuck you. I'm coming back eventually.
Before we get out of here, anything specific that you want to plug or promote, and just give a shout out to at the end here?
Guys, all my social media, besides Facebook, because fuck Facebook. That was actually a song in one of my metal bands I was in.
Fuck Facebook.
No, sorry, it was fuck MySpace. I'm that old. Instagram, Twitter, Threads, if that's still a thing. Twitch and Kick. Just look up Castropolis. It's going to be in the description? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be in the description.
I guess Twitch.tv/Castropolis, Kick.com/Castropolis, Twitter.com/Castropolis, since you can't do X yet. Instagram at Castropolis, and Facebook.com/Chris Castro Wrestling. You can look me up on Cage Match. I realize I'm 35 years old because I looked at Cage Matches this morning. I'm like, fuck, I'm 35. Shit. And guys, make sure to follow us on our social media, Pro Wrestling Tees, because I help run it.
Follow the Whatnot channel.
There is a sign-up link I post everywhere on our Pro Wrestling Tees social media. It gives you $15 credit if you sign up through our link. We have shows posted weekly, card breaks, memorabilia, micro brawlers, clothes, anything. I have my own show. I also host the mini Super Show. Cole Cabana's on the Super Show Tuesdays where we sell autographed items and everything. It's a lot of fun times. And, yeah. I'm on Twitch once a week, maybe. Come there if you want to see my antics still. Otherwise, go fuck yourself. No, I'm messing. That's mean.
And we got Bullet Club sale is today, but I think it's going to be done by the time this goes up.
It's going to be
tomorrow.
done at midnight.
Oh, So by the time you're listening to this, the Bullet Club sale will be over. But Bullet Club Day was today.
Wait, is this going on tomorrow?
Yeah, it'll probably drop tomorrow.
Oh, well, fucking autograph 8x10s are on sale right now.
Yeah, go check
the
that
5th.
out. Through the 5th?
To the 5th.
Through the 5th.
Till Sunday at midnight, I think. Central Time.
And be on the lookout for any and other future sales through Pro Wrestling Tees. My shit is all at the Matt Nicks, TheMattKnicks.
That's not Kenicks.
No, that's how you spell it in Spanish.
Kenicks.
But thank you. Oh, go.
Sorry. ProWrestlingTees.com/Chris Castro. I got shirts. I got towels. I got flags. I got masks. Yeah.
Buy shit. Buy shit so we can make shit. All right, my man. Dude, thanks for coming through. I know I wanted to get you on earlier, but
It's fine.
I didn't want to. I also was like, I don't want to blow my load too early with everybody at work. You know, like everyone here is already here, so I don't want to like burn through all my fucking my
Jacob.
roster here.
How dare you go in front of me, you piece of shit.
Jacob, yeah, he called it. He was like first one. He goes, "It's gonna be me, right?" And I was like, "I guess so." You're in, buddy.
Loser. Fuck you, dude. No, I'm just messing. He's great.
Shout out East Moon.
They suck. No, they're good. They're fine. West Planet.
Anything else?
Go buy Jacob's album so you can stop crying about it at work.
Good night and goodbye.
Bye, guys. I can't wait till you hate the color purple.
It'll never happen.
Your favorite color is maroon.